Everyone put yourself on mute. That means that I should not hear anything because everyone should be on mute. And just give me a moment. Please place yourself on mute. All right, I'll make that happen. All right, everyone, you are in the 187 District Courtroom. What that means is you are in a courtroom and you need to behave as though you are in a courtroom. To all the people who are at the jail, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back. For all of those who are not at the jail, if you use the chat box inappropriately, you will be required to come to court today in person. There is to be no driving and Zooming. If you can't text and drive, surely you should not be Zooming and driving. Today is, I believe, Thursday. Everyone, let's treat it like a Thursday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. To the inmates at the jail, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't think those masks work, though, if you don't pull them up over your mouth and your nose. Otherwise, it's just a chin strap. And as far as I can tell, nobody's playing sports. So you need to pull your mask up over your nose. To all the defendants or those who are accused on the screen, your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom. Rest assured, you will have a chance to speak with your attorney. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite you to a room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. Also, do not use this Zoom to pick up dates. This is not The Bachelor. This is not The Bachelorette. And remember, anything that you could not do if you were physically in the 187 District Court, you cannot do on this Zoom. If you do, you'll be required to appear in person at the courtroom today. This is the order in which the attorneys will appear: Adam LaHood, Bridget Garza, Bill Davidson, James Seeloff, Jerry Kagan, Jonathan Watkins, Robert Maurer, Ronald Ortman, Dan Rodriguez, Javier Padilla, Christine McDonald, Michael Velichek, Oscar Cantu, James Ishimoto, Brian Kimbrough, Tilden Schaefer, Charles Bonk, Jay Norton. Is there any other attorney's name that I have not called that is on the Zoom?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Brian Marks. I'm here for Rianne Flores.
All right, any other attorney? All right, attorneys, you saw how you fall on the list. If you want to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court. However, if your name is called and you are in another court, you will be skipped over. To attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small, you need to send that agreement to the court coordinator. She's listed on the screen as Ferguson Coordinator. Attorneys, when I call your name, just one moment.
Your Honor, can I speak?
Are you an attorney?
No, but my attorney's name wasn't called.
All right. Did you not listen to what I said at the beginning?
I heard that you were gonna name off the attorneys in the order.
I said that I'm calling the attorneys that are on the screen. I said, if you did not hear your attorney's name, it's because they are Zooming in another courtroom.
Okay, and when they're finished, then
So, everyone, this is why sometimes people, you should have watched Romper Room when you were growing up. I know I'm aging myself by saying I watched Romper Room, but in Romper Room, she would give instructions and everybody would, the little children would hear those instructions and they would listen to them. So, attorneys, when I call your name, I will assign you to a breakout room. Please be patient. Treat those breakout rooms like a doctor's office. When you go to the breakout room and the nurse calls you back to a room, they're just checking your weight and your blood pressure before you see the doctor. When I call your name, I need the name of your client and I need to know whether it's criminal trial division or family violence. Adam LaHood.
Morning, Your Honor. I have two clients today, Roberto Rosas, who will be CTD, and Matthew Cole, who will be family violence. Mr. Rosas is in the office with me this morning, and we filed a competency motion based upon some serious concerns we have.
All right, just give me a moment. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, and then we will come back and address what other issues you have.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Bridget Garza.
Solis Santana, family violence.
Could you repeat the first name again for me, please?
Santana.
No, the first name. What's the full name?
Santana's the first name. The last name is Solis.
Okay. And is it family violence or criminal trial division?
Family violence.
Judge, that's actually with public integrity.
Oh.
Okay, let me rename that. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. And Freddie, you should have the ability to move to number 3.
I'll figure it out. Thanks, Judge.
Oh, I'll just send you. And to all the attorneys, when you're waiting in the breakout room, be patient. Prosecutors are able to move throughout the breakout room. If you leave the breakout room, it will show that that room is empty and they will skip over you. Bill Davidson.
Yes, Your Honor, I have Kevin Veals. He says he's in the courtroom and he
is.
I'm just waiting to talk to a prosecutor about his case.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I'm sorry, it is criminal trial division.
All right, I will send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome. James Seelaw. Oh, you're on mute, Mr. Seelaw.
Yes, I'm a doobie, not a don't be. I have a Raymond Bird. You set this for an alleged violation of his bond.
Okay, so it's a violation report.
Yes,
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe our criminal, because it's a possession. And then
All right.
he picked up on a family violence case in County Court 1.
Okay, and have you received the violation report?
Yes, I have.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5. A prosecutor will discuss that with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jerry Kagan. Jerry Kagan.
Jessica Aragon, Criminal Trial Division. Hi, hold on one second, okay?
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
This is Mr. Kagan, go ahead. Oops.
Jonathan Watkins.
Good morning, Judge. I have Obed Yurdialas. It's a trial division case. And then I'm also supposed to have Michael Moreno. He's an inmate, but I don't see him in the inmate thing.
Oh, he's
That's-
probably running late.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And
That's
is that
one.
criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 7.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Robert Mauer,
I have 3 cases, Judge, all family violence. Zachary Warren,
wait just 1 second. Warren,
Jeremy Rothenay, and Andres Adame.
and I'm sorry, what's the last name?
Andres Adame, Adame. He's an inmate. The other 2 are on bond and should be logged on.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ronald Ortman,
Yes, Judge, I'm here this morning as an appearance attorney for Jesus Lopez, and the case and the defendant is State versus Nathaniel Book, B-O-O-K. And probably need to talk to the state about this. It should be criminal trial division.
I'm gonna send you to number 9.
Perfect, thank you.
Robert Mauer,
Judge, you already called me. You put me in 8. I'm sorry. I'm having computer problems, so I'm logged on my phone as well. I'm trying to see where I can get on beds.
okay, so could you give me the names of your clients again?
Zachary Warren, Jeremy Rothenay, and Andres Adame, all family violence.
And I'm sorry, the last name?
Adame is the last one, Andres Adame. He's in custody.
All right, I'll send you to number 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Just one moment, Mr. Davidson. Yes,
I apologize. I didn't realize my case was family violence. It doesn't look like it reading the facts, but that's what it is.
no, I put you down as family violence. Yeah, you're
Okay.
listed, you've been renamed as family violence.
Okay. I originally had gone into a different prosecutor and he sent me back here, so.
Okay, all right, if you'll go back to number 4, and you've been renamed as family violence.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Freddie Ramirez, have you been to breakout room number 3?
Yes, Judge, and I tried sending Santana Solis. Bridget and I conferred already, and so
Okay.
she's actually just waiting to talk to her client. I sent him over there, but it just says not joined on the breakout room menu.
All right, I don't think, is he in, do you know if he's on bond or in custody?
In custody.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
we need Mr. Solis to go to breakout room number 3. Mr. Solis, where are you on the Zoom screen? Mr. Solis,
I know he's there because I tried sending him myself.
no, I see where
Oh, okay.
he's supposed to be in that breakout room, but for some reason he's not there. Norma, he's 16A. Could you see if he can be sent to breakout room number 3? And Freddie, could you go back to that room and let Bridget know we're trying to get her client sent there?
Okay.
Thank you. Dan Rodriguez.
Your Honor, I have 2 cases. One is Michelle Williford Estrada. That's an MTR. And the other is Danny Acosta. I've been dealing with Tom on Danny Acosta and Michelle Williford. I've dealt with Tom, but she also has a family violence case as well. So maybe David Martin, if that's possible.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miguel Nahara.
Hello, Judge. I'm here. I'm pro tem with Mr. Shimoda on the case with Oscar Cantu.
Yes. And have you all conferred?
Oh, we've conferred quite a bit, but we haven't conferred on a date, Judge. I have not actually spoken to Mr. Cantu about that.
All right, what I'm going to do is Oscar Cantu and Orlando Castagnon. I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 11. I'm sorry, breakout room number 1. So courtroom, if you can go to breakout room number 1. Oscar Cantu, if you can go to 1. Orlando Castagnon, if you can go to 1. Who else is the other person on this case?
Ishimoto, Judge.
If you all can go to 1. Norma Ferguson, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. They're going to need a trial date. And then once you all get to trial date, I'll need all of you to come back to the main room, please. All right, Javier Padilla.
Good morning, Judge. I have Mary Isabella Hernandez, family violence.
Okay, just one moment. You said Mary Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Thank you.
Christine McDonald.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm present with my client, Robert Mefford.
Yes.
This case is with family violence judge. I also have one more client, Joseph Sanchez Contreras, and that's with criminal trial.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 12.
Thank you, Judge.
Michael Belichick. Michael Belichick.
Yes, Your Honor. Takes me a while to unmute sometime. I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have Tony Chiaretti. It is Criminal Trial Division, and she is present there on Zoom.
All right, I'm going to send you to lucky breakout room number 13. And for some reason, that is a lucky room. Don't make it unlucky.
If I believed in luck, I'd buy some of those scratch offs, but I don't.
Judge, I talked to the DA on Bird.
Yes.
And basically, if he shows up, we can discuss it. Otherwise, I don't know if he showed up or not. The alleged violation is a new case picked up in county court.
All right, just give me one moment. Let me get all the attorneys assigned and then I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Brian Kimbrough.
Present, Your Honor. I have Jose Luis Torres, which is a criminal trial, and he's on Zoom.
All right, I'll send you to number 14.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Tilden Schaefer.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Joshua Williams. We submitted a PTD application approved by Marcus Sanders. We just got that approved yesterday, so we've submitted it last night. So I'd asked for a 30-day reset to get him into the program.
Just one moment. I'll come back to you as soon as the court coordinator comes out of the breakout room. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Charles Bach. Charles Bach.
Yes.
Who do you have?
Quincy Shields.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Quincy Shields. Family violence judge.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 15.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jay Norton.
Morning, Judge. I have
Morning.
Noah Cruz, Criminal Trial Division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Brian Marks. Brian
Judge,
Marks.
let me get the camera going here, Judge. Yes, Judge. I have Ryan Flores. We are in CTD. And I'm just seeing if we can get a reset. We really just have to get the PTD application in and done correctly.
All right, just remain on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get right back to you. Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I have Roy Ferguson, it's Criminal Trial Division. And I'd like to consult with a prosecutor if I could. Confer.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 17.
Okay.
Joanne Eckel.
Good morning, Judge.
Good
I
morning.
have Shamarcus Porter. He was on the Zoom and then he got disconnected. He's trying to log back in, and this is
All
a
right, family violence.
Yes,
All right, I'll send you to number 18.
thank you, Judge.
Here.
Carolyn Whitman.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. You're on mute, Carolyn.
I have Gary Stephen Hamry, and it's CTD. So I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know who it would be on it.
Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 19.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I also have, I'm waiting on a situation and presiding, and they know I'm here. So just to let the court know that I'm kind of between you guys.
Oh, no problem. All right, Jackson Lindsay.
Good morning, Judge.
Jackson Lindsay. Yes.
I've got Zachary Lopez. I don't see him. He's supposed to be in custody. I don't see him there, but that's who I represent today. It's a assault, CTD assault.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20.
Thank you.
Cornelius Cox.
Morning, Judge. I have Imari Freeman, which is a criminal trial, and Ernest Teeler, which is family violence.
Can you spell the last name on Ernest?
T as in Tom, E-A-L-E-R.
All right.
Need the
I'm
cause
sending
number?
you. Oh, no, the cause number is not needed. I'm sending
Okay.
you to lucky breakout room number 21. You know, if we were in Vegas, 21 would be like the room to be in, right?
That's the room to be in. I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Is there any other attorney whose name has not been called and you've not been assigned to a room yet? All right, everyone, just give me a moment. I know there are some of you who are waiting on resets because it's PTD and also Mr. Seelaw. Just give me a moment. Everyone, remember we're live on YouTube. I'm going to go to breakout room number 1 and see if I can help them get a date for their jury trial. Just one moment. All right, Brenda, are you ready? We're going to go on the record. Let me see if all parties are here. They're slow to leave the breakout room. And Brenna, it's going to be a Mr. Montez's case, so you'll know.
Okay, thank you.
To the clerks, I don't have the file on Montez. All right, thank you. All right, so are all the parties out of the breakout room?
It looks like Mr. Yes, they're all out, Judge.
Okay. All right, and just so everyone knows, if you can't eat breakfast in the 187 District Courtroom, then you can't eat breakfast on this Zoom. Everyone here would like to have breakfast. I have not had breakfast. I haven't had eggs, bacon, cereal, or any of that. So if I continue to see that, and you know who you are, you will be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court, which means you're going to have to find parking. And that's not been great downtown. Oh, no problem. Thank you. It's a lot of files. I understand. All right, the court is going to call 2018 CR 4785B, State of Texas versus Richard Anthony Montez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Miguel Nájera, Attorney Pro Tem, Judge, and joining me, Mr. Ishimoto.
For the defense?
Oscar Cantu, Your Honor.
And also,
Andrew Orlando Castañon.
all right. And are you Mr. Montez? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objections, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor, but we'd rather see Mr. Ishimoto on the screen than Mr. Nájera.
Okay. All right, state. State, did you tender an offer to the defense in this case?
We did, Your Honor.
All right, defense, has that offer been rejected?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Montez, if you could unmute for me, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
My understanding that in the breakout room, both the defense and the state had a chance to confer on a trial date. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The trial date in this case is scheduled for December 7th. Any objections to that being the trial date, state?
No, Your Honor, just subject to checking with some experts to make sure availability is not an issue.
Any objections with that trial date, defense?
No, Your Honor.
And this is the date that both parties chose. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Montez, your trial will be scheduled on December 7th at 9 a.m. You will be brought over to the 187th District Court on December 7th, everyone. That will be the date for jury selection. Testimony will begin the following day. Is there anything else from either party with regards to this case? State?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Defense?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Montez, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargains in this case. If you decide to enter a plea on December 7th or any time after today, the court will only accept pleas that are open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All All right, if there's nothing else, state, if you have nothing else on the docket in the 187th, you're both excused.
Thank you, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, Your Honor,
Thank
may I
you.
please speak with my counselors?
Just one moment, Mr. Montez. Defense, would you like to speak with your client?
Sure.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22. And after you all finish speaking with your client, please have him return to the main room.
Judge, can I see you in the breakout room real quick?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm in breakout room number 1. No one has appeared. All right, to the parties who are waiting on Children Schaefer,
That don't really matter.
what is
Yes.
your client's name?
He's on as J. Will Joshua Williams, Your Honor. He's on the. Josh, if you could unmute and just say hello to the judge.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello. So you're saying this is a pretrial diversion case?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, has the paperwork been signed?
We have submitted the application. We were able. We got the okay yesterday. We submitted the application yesterday when they said okay. So we've not signed an agreement yet. We haven't received that. I would ask for 30-day reset to be able to get that signed, Judge.
Oh, just one moment. Norma on Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to check on the PTD update on that or no?
No, not yet, Judge. If you give me just a few minutes, I will do that.
Okay, just give us one moment.
Judge Marcus Sanders could probably help you on that. He offered this yesterday based on our negotiations. I submitted the application last night.
Okay, so here's the problem, Tilden.
Okay.
Sometimes people think they've submitted an application and for some reason it didn't go through. And Norma is able to check that. Otherwise, what will end up happening is we'll be back here in 30 days.
Okay.
And the application is somewhere in, in the universe.
Okay.
So Norma's going to check on it and see exactly where it is in the process, and she'll know what date to give us so that we can be updated.
Okay.
And Judge Beatrice reached out to me this morning and let me know that she received it. She had a question about which case he was going on. And I know that it has been received by them and is being processed.
Okay.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Norma, on Williams, can I get a 30-day reset?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up the calendar real quick.
Okay.
They can come back on the 27th of July.
All right, we'll see you back on July 27th for an update.
Thank you, Judge. May my client not be excused.
Yes.
All right.
Judge?
All right, just one moment. The other person with the PTD was Brian Marks. Brian, who is your client?
It's Rianne Flores, Your Honor. Ms. Flores is on right now on Zoom.
All right, we were here in May for PTD update and we're back. Where are we on this?
We just got the PTD offer actually in May. My client submitted the application, but she needs to redo it. We need to get that in promptly. And
Okay,
I'll have- Pardon me?
when is that getting done?
I'll have her do it today. I've asked her to do it today, and I believe she will get it done today.
All right, Norma, on Miss Flores, can you
Yes, ma'am.
recall that next week so we can see that this is done?
Yes, ma'am. I can recall it either the 29th or the 30th, Judge.
The 29th.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you and your client back on the 29th to make sure that everything is done.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll be here.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thanks, Judge. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, is there a Roy Ferguson on the Zoom today?
Is there a Roy Ferguson here?
He's in court, Judge.
He's in court.
Oh, okay, great. Can you put the courtroom in breakout room 17?
Courtroom, if you could go to 17. Pat Hancock, who do you have?
Judge, good morning, Judge. I have Daniel Wilson Jimenez. It's a murder case, Your Honor. I'm actually in the courthouse in the 379 trial docket. I was hoping to speak with him in a breakout room for just a moment. I spoke with Mr. Nesbitt about getting hired on the case, and I think it's a fairly new case.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then just come back to the main room, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, may I approach?
Just one moment. All right, James Sealaw. James Sealaw.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, your client, what is her name, please?
His name is Raymond Byrd, B-Y-R-D. I left a voicemail with a meeting ID number and the date and time. I don't see him.
All right, Raymond Byrd, are you here? All right, Mr. Sealoff, are you able to Zoom back in at 11? We're going to see if pretrial services is able to get in contact with him.
Okay.
All right.
11
thank you.
o'clock, I'll be here. Thank you.
Thank you. John Foley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Could I have a breakout room with David Williams, please?
What is your client's name? David Williams?
I'm sorry?
What is your client's name?
My client is Jessica Briones.
Oh, and so you're asking for David Martin.
David, I'm sorry, David Martin. Sorry,
Yeah,
Judge.
because I was like, who is
Sorry,
David
David.
Williams?
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else back from the breakout rooms?
Judge Robert Mauer, I've conferred with David.
Yes.
I need a trial on all my cases.
All right.
Andres Adami is an inmate in a fun case, so I'd like to go on that one first.
All right, so who is the prosecutor you're working with?
David.
All right, let me find David Martin.
David Williams. Don't call it, get David Williams, not David Martin.
David Martin. He's in breakout room number 12. Just give me a moment. As soon as he comes back to the main room.
No worries.
And Your Honor, this is Adam LaHood. We're back from a breakout room on Roberto Rosas.
Yes.
We have filed a motion suggesting incompetency based upon an anticipated decline in health, and we need to have him evaluated before we move any further.
All right, just one moment.
Thank you, Judge.
And it's Roberto Rosas, right?
Yes, ma'am. CTD.
All right, Norma, on Roberto Rosas. Mr. LaHood, are you going to file that motion or would you like the court to do it?
Ma'am, it's been filed. In fact, I just got the receipt saying it's been accepted. So it should be on file with the court.
All right, Norma, can we get a reset on Mr. Rosas, please?
Yes.
We'll need the update on competency.
let's do the 29th or the 3rd. Let me see, Judge, the 30th.
All right, who is, just one second, who is listed here as iPhone? The person in the gray t-shirt that's laying in bed. What is your name? Unmute. What's your name?
Adrian Borrego.
All right, Adrian Borrego, who is your attorney?
Borrego. I don't remember his name.
All right, well, let me help you out a little bit, okay?
I'm sorry.
I gave several instructions. So I'll see you in the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, the 4th floor. I'll see you. You need to get thee here, okay? All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Norma, what date do we have for Mr. Rosas?
I can do July 30th, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on July 30th, Mr. LaHood, just to get an update on the evaluation.
Yes, Your Honor. And my second client, Matthew Cole, apparently is not here this morning.
All right, just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
All right, and who's your other client?
Matthew Cole, it's a family violence case.
All right, is there a Matthew Cole here? Matthew Cole. All right, I give everyone till 10:30, Mr. LaHood. Would you like to zoom back in at 10:30 or would you like to go forward?
Let me zoom back in around 10:30. I have 2 other courts to be in. I'll be back in as soon as we finish up with those.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your
All
Honor.
right, Jonathan Watkins.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge. Real quick, Your Honor, on Obed Urdiales, I've conferred with Mr. Sanders. The state did make a plea bargain offer. We need a plea deadline setting for that. And on my other case, Mr. Moreno, I'm just waiting for him to be brought over from the jail.
All right. All right, Norma, on Urdiales. I'm sorry, defense, let me ask you first. On this case, do you have all the discovery?
Yes, I do, Judge. I do.
All right. Norma, can you reset this in 30 days?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Judge. That would be the 29th.
All right, so July 29th will be your plea deadline date. Mr. Urdiales, what that means is that the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after that date. So, Mr. Urdiales, you are excused unless there's something else from the defense.
Not on his matter, Your Honor. And we're just, thank you, Judge. And we're just waiting on the other inmates to be brought over.
All right, and who is the other inmate that you're waiting for?
His name is Michael Moreno, Your Honor.
Okay, just give us a moment.
And Judge,
yes,
may I please attend to a CPS hearing and then I'll be back?
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Pat Hancock and
For your
then
time.
Ronald Ortman.
Judge, thank you. I did confer with my client in the breakout room, Judge. So as I mentioned, I just got hired. We're getting the discovery. So I'd ask for a 60-day next pretrial hearing so I can kind of catch up on the discovery. Again, I think this is a new case.
Okay, I don't do 60-day resets. So
Well, as
Norma,
long as you can get them.
Jimenez, can you recall this in 30 days, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Judge, may
We'll
I be
see where we
excused?
are. You need to get the date. Just give me a second.
Okay.
I can do July 30th, Judge.
All right, the date will be July 30th. And Mr. Hancock, did you leave your client in a breakout room?
I told him to go back to the main room, Judge.
Let me see.
He was
Yeah,
having
he's
some.
still in 21. Norma, can you let them know that 16G can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you,
see
Your
you
Honor.
on July 30th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. And Norma, can you make sure that we actually have a reset form? I'm sorry, notice of retained counsel on Mr. Jimenez, because it's showing up as Todd McCray. Ronald Ortman?
Morning, Judge.
Yes.
The state is looking for a video file that they need to disclose to the defense. So we talked about a brief reset to give them time to locate that file.
Okay, just one moment. And did they tell you when they think they will have that video file?
She didn't know. They don't know exactly where it is right now. They need to trace it basically to kind of run it down, so to speak. We talked about a 2-week reset would be fine with the defense and give them time to find it.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Book in 2 weeks, please? And somebody, what page is Mr. Book on?
He's on
Page 5.
Thank you. And we'll just set it in 2 weeks for discovery.
Perfect, Judge.
Judge, they can come back on July 9th.
All right, we'll see you back on July 9th. You and your client are excused.
Excellent. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes.
This Charles Mays on Patrick Sanchez. Could I visit with the district attorney, please?
All right, is your client criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm sorry, Mr. May, I didn't see you there.
That's all right. No, I'm sorry, Judge. It's aggravated assault on a public servant, so.
I'm going to send you to number 24.
Okay, thank you.
Bridget Garza.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, what is happening with your case?
I conferred with the state and they gave me another offer and I conferred with my client and he rejected the offer, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, is Freddie still here? Freddie Ramirez?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Norma, Mr. Solis is a Spanish speaker. So I'll need an interpreter because I'm assuming this is going to be a jury trial because its plea deadline date has expired. And Norma, if you can go to breakout room number 1, also with Freddie and Bridget to confer over a trial date, please.
Can you send me
Okay.
the breakout room?
Yes, I sent you to number 1.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, can I go to the bathroom, please?
You need to speak with the deputy. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I approach Eduardo?
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Velacek.
Yes, Judge. I've conferred with Mr. Sanders and we've agreed on a trial date of
Just one moment. Just give me a moment. Let me see, your client is still ready.
yes. It's 2019 CR, I think 1147D.
Bottom of page 3, Judge.
All right, thank you. What trial date are you all requesting?
September 29th.
Okay, where's Mr. Scaretti?
She's on Zoom here, Judge.
Scaretti, where are you?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Let's see.
Let me see if Marcus is here.
I'm here, Judge.
Okay,
It's in a white shirt with a blue background, Judge.
all righty, we're gonna make this happen. All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 11417D, State of Texas versus Tony Sciretti. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the
Michael
defense?
Belichick for the defendant.
All right, and are you Tony Sciretti?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, did you tender an offer to the defense on this case?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Belichick, did you have a chance to go over that offer with your client?
Yes, ma'am. That was at
right,
least
and-
one or two settings before.
All right, and is the offer being rejected?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Sciretti, are you requesting a jury trial? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is in receipt of an acknowledgement of discovery dated January 30th. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. My understanding is that both parties have had a chance to confer on a jury trial date. Is that correct, State?
Correct, Judge.
Defense, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
My understanding is both parties have agreed to a jury trial date of September 29th. Is that correct, State?
Yes, Judge.
Is that correct, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sciretti, are you in agreement with the September 29th, 2021 trial date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then this trial will take place on September 29th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Ms. Sciretti, you'll need to be in the courtroom at 9 a.m. It's the 187th District Court. It's on the 4th floor, 300 Dolorosa. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Belichick, if there are any motions that need to be heard, you need to let the court coordinator know. And if it's something that needs to be heard before trial, we need to be given plenty notice.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, do we have any David Martin sightings? I have other courts to go to. I just want to
Yes,
make.
we do have a David Martin sighting.
Or David Williams is available.
He's in David Martin is in number 15. You know what, Robert, if you will go to, let me see if he has anyone after you. Yeah, he should be with you in probably like 10 minutes. He's in a breakout room with Charles Funk.
I'll just wait here. I like listening to you talk.
Okay, thanks. It's the Southern accent that's coming through. Javier Padilla.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is happening with Mary Hernandez?
We, Mr. David Martin gave us a new plea offer this morning, which my client has accepted.
Okay, we'll get the paperwork ready for you then.
All right.
Just one moment. Anyone else back from the breakout rooms?
Judge, I'm back. John Foley.
Yes.
Mr. Martin hasn't shown up in the breakout room yet, but I've got two other courts that are waiting on me. Can I go quickly? Just
yes,
answering those. Thank you.
Sure.
It should be really quick. One's just a plea, or not even a plea, but an agreed sanction on an MTR.
Oh, John, we're here from 9 to 12. We take our break and then we're back from 1:30 to 5. Sure.
Thank you, Judge. I will be back.
Judge, if you could put me back with Mr. Martin, I guess I need to tell him that we're accepting his offer so he can prepare the necessary.
All right, let me go to the breakout room and let Mr. Martin know that you're accepting the agreement on there. That way it won't interfere with his negotiations. Just give me a moment.
All right.
Hello?
Okay, everyone, just give me a moment. All right, anyone else back?
Judge, this is Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes.
I had spoken first to Tom and then my client, and then I needed to speak to Tom again, if I may, Mr. Nisbet.
All right.
Yeah.
You were in breakout room. Well, you left, I guess.
Yeah, I was in 17, but then Tom put, or somebody put my client in 17. So-
Okay, if you just go back to 17, Mr. Jimenez, and Tom will meet you there.
Okay, but the problem is I think my client's physically in the
No,
courtroom.
your client is not in room number 17.
Okay, I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Rebecca, you said there were some people here for compliance. Is that correct?
Yes, there's only one compliance, I believe, today.
Is Ben Camarino here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, just give me one moment. All right. Let me find you, Ben Camarino.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Camarino, this is a compliance hearing. It's not on the record. This is just me trying to get your attention, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is going on in your life?
Well, to be honest, kind of, it was going really good.
Okay, so
And
here's the thing. You need to find a place to be stationary because you're making me
okay,
dizzy. Okay,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, is this fine?
yes.
Okay, well, I mean, I work, I help my mom with my little brother, and
But
I
no, the
don't
issue
know,
is the issue is, Mr. Camarino, you keep using drugs. So that's what, I mean, let's figure out, let's hone in
well,
on what we're here.
yes, ma'am. I did one time, and I was honest with Ms. Guerra after I went and took the UA, and when she asked me, Mr. Camarano, do you have anything you to tell me? I told her yes. I told her the truth. I didn't lie to her, and she told me, how come you didn't tell me before the UA? And I told her honestly, because the counselor was there, and I was just ashamed and embarrassed, very. And I told her I was sorry, and that it went that way, and now here I am. Like,
So let me ask you this, and I need
yes,
you to
ma'am.
be honest with me because I'm
Yes,
trying to
ma'am.
give you the help that you need.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And know this, I'm going to test you today.
Yes, ma'am.
Part of your drug recovery, and so I can know where you are in your drug recovery, is to be honest, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're having this compliance hearing because right now, this is just me speaking to you. This is not me saying, hey, it's a motion to revoke, we're sending you to prison. Although, if you don't start using the tools that you have in order to remain clean and sober, you're looking at possibly going to prison for 20 years. And I don't know about you, but I don't think there's any drug use that's worth going to prison, right?
No, man, there's not at all.
All right, so you be honest with me and I can see if I can, give you some help. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'd be positive.
Okay, what are you going to be positive for?
Methamphetamine.
All right. So why are you not calling someone? Do you have a sponsor?
Yes, ma'am, I did have one up until about a week ago.
All right. So then the next question becomes, we've sent you to safety. You did well in that. And here's the thing about drug use. Here's the thing about life. I can't keep you in safety for the rest of your natural life because usually people do well and not using drugs when they're in lockdown. But at some point, you got to be released into the world. And I know they taught you this in safety, that you need to have somebody you can call when you think you're going to use.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's obvious to me that you haven't been calling anyone, you've just been using.
If I can be honest with you, Ms. Boyd, I went months. Like I got home. I was released October 1st. I got back to San Antonio the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't start using until honestly like 3 weeks ago, and it was really because I feel like Miss Guerra has had it out for me. And
Nope. Here's the thing.
I understand.
Just 1 second.
I understand.
Mr. Contreras, I need you to go to room 12. Contreras, who's listed as 16B, go to room number 12. Jay Contreras, go to room number 12. If you look at the bottom, you'll see 4 little boxes for breakout rooms, or either you'll see 3 little dots that say more, go to that room. All right, Mr. Camarino, here's the thing. You say she may have had it out for you. To me, that's neither here nor there. And let me just tell you why that's neither here nor there. Because unless she picked you up, took you to a place, gave you drugs and said, if you don't use these drugs, I'm going to tell the judge, this is not her fault. This is all on you. And part of becoming clean and sober, you got to accept responsibility. When I eat chocolate and I'm trying to lose weight, guess what? There's nobody's fault. That's my fault. Even when people come to the 187th District Court and bring me chocolate, I see you. Even though you guys come and bring me chocolate, guess who ends up maybe eating it? And my mom is watching. So Mom, I only eat 1 piece, I promise. That's my fault. That's nobody's fault but my own. So when you're doing drugs, that's nobody's fault but your own. So you're using meth. There is no room in felony drug court because they are full. So I can't send you to felony drug court. So the question becomes, what can I do to help with you with your drug problem? Now they want to send you back to safety relapse, which is inpatient. So how often do you use?
I haven't.
Nope, don't be honest with me. How often are you
using?
using?
Maybe 3 times a week.
All right. So that means you need help. And I hope you are not supervising any children or being around any children, because you mentioned your little brother, and I know I put into everyone's conditions that they're not allowed to supervise minors. They're not allowed to be home health care providers. So part of your problem is you're not doing anything. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am. I work.
Where do you work?
I work for a company called Team Lead Staffing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like you're really doing anything.
No, I work every day. I mean.
Well, I mean, there's sometimes you're not working unless you're using drugs on the job.
Well, no, I work from 9 p.m. to 5 o'clock in the morning.
So when are you doing your drugs? What time of day?
It's usually on my days off. I'm having a call come in. I don't know. I want to decline it. Okay. It says,
No, no problem. Just deny that call that's coming in, and we're going to continue with this conversation.
Yes, ma'am. Let me see how I could do this.
We've lost Mr. Camaro. All right, we're going to be back with Mr. Camaro. Ms. Nero, you are here.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry, everyone. Just give me one moment. Mr. Ben Camaro is back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So, Mr.
I'm sorry,
Camaro,
it kicked me out.
no, I understand. So, Mr. Camaro, this is what we're going to do. And I want you to hear me clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Rebecca?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, on Mr. Camaro, he's doing weekly UAs. I want him tested today. And if he's positive after today, he is going to safety relapse. You understand, Mr. Camaro?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's completely up to you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't test positive anymore, it will be okay. If
Yes,
not,
ma'am.
we're going to have a problem. Rebecca,
Okay.
we're going to put him on the UA hotline so he won't know. And if he misses a test, he's going to safety relapse. So I'm going to want the UA hotline, and I'm going to want a drug test today. Are you going to be positive for anything else other than that?
No, ma'am. Nothing. No alcohol, no nothing.
All right, that's what we're going to do with you, Mr. Camaro.
Ms. Boyd, can I talk to you about the because I have to go to recoveries monitoring solutions, the UA place on Commerce that I go to. Okay, every time I went there, I paid with my debit card, right? It's $10. And you know, it's a prepaid debit card. So you know, if your funds aren't in the card, it's gonna decline at the moment. And they're telling me I owe a balance. And I've talked to Ms. Guerra about this a couple of weeks ago, and then I told her again yesterday. And you know, the first time she said it's my responsibility, whatever. But they're saying I owe a balance of $40. They don't give you UAs on credit there. And I have my bank statements that they took the $10 out of my bank every time. And I've tried to get in contact with their office, and that's in Dallas or something, and they're not helping me. And I don't know how else to go about it. And I've mentioned it to Ms. Guerra, and she doesn't like. She says the issue is my issue, and I'm like, I understand that, but you know, you're my PO, and I'm trying to get you to help me solve this because I don't have a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money.
Probation officer is here to speak with you on that. But what I can tell you is, Mr. Camarino,
Yes, ma'am.
you cannot miss any UAs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you test positive after today,
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going to safety relapse. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other thing is, problems of your own making, you can't blame other people for that, okay?
No, I'm not trying to blame anyone for it, but I don't want them to give me an issue when I go for the UA today, because like they want me to pay $40 of 4 UAs that didn't get taken out of my card, which is impossible because it's a prepaid card. If the funds weren't in there, they wouldn't be able to take the card at that moment. And they want me to pay that $40 over again. And I don't see how that's fair if I have my bank statement saying that they took the money out of my card every single time.
Okay, Mr. Camarino, I understand what you're telling me. I'm sending you in a breakout room to speak with probation. And let me just tell you, these issues that you're saying you have, everybody on this screen have had those issues with somebody charging them. They shouldn't charge them, or overcharging them, or saying they receive anything. And you know what everybody does? Communicate and solve those problems. How old are you?
I'm 34, and I've
All right, so here's the thing. You're 34 years old. Part of life is solving problems. Part of life is being knocked down and get up. I guarantee you, everybody on this screen has had something horrible happen to them. Everybody on this screen has had something that didn't go the way they wanted. But at the end of the day, they communicate and they make things happen. So I'm sending you to breakout room number 1. Probation will speak to you about what I expect from you.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
gonna have to start doing better. And from here on out, if this will help you in your world, when you think about doing drugs, you need to ask yourself, is this something that I'm about to do could result in me going to prison for 20 years? And then you need to do and say, hey, is it worth it? Is taking meth worth me potentially going to prison for 20 years? And if the answer is no, then you need to pick up the phone, call a sponsor, go to an AA meeting, go to an NA meeting. They have given you all the tools you need. You just got to use them. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't
Yes,
use
ma'am.
them, we're going to be back here, and we're not going to be back here for a compliance hearing. I'm not having another conversation with you about drug use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The
I do.
next time that I receive notice that something's going wrong with you, I'm going to see if everything is in legal order. I'm going to sign it. It's going to be a motion to revoke. You're going to get arrested. You're either bond out, not bond out, and we'll hear your case, and I'll make a decision on whether or not the allegations are true or not true. If I find that the allegations are true, then the next consideration will be whether or not to revoke you and send you to prison to up to 20 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you'll go to breakout
you.
room number 1, probation will go over that with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bridget Garza and Freddie, and I'm sorry, Rebecca, I've sent you to number 1 as well.
Thank you.
All right, and Bridget Garza and Freddie Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your client is Mr. Solis. Let me find him on the screen. Okay, he is here. Ms. Nero, thank you so much for your patience.
Of course, Judge, anytime.
All right, Norma, can you let them know, or Miss Nero, let me add you as an interpreter. Let me do that now.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, may I have the name of the defendant?
It is, the last name is Solis. What is your client's first name?
Santana.
That's his first name?
Yes.
Santana.
Okay, see, I don't feel bad. I was thinking that too. I'm like, so what's his first name?
That's twice, Judge.
Yeah.
Okay, Your Honor, may I address Mr. Solis before he might need assistance from someone?
Yes, please.
At the jail. Thank you. Señor Solis, ¿me escucha? Prenda su micrófono, por favor.
All right, is he able to?
He went to get help, yes. Señor Solís, dígale que tiene que ponerlo en español y que le enseñe cómo manejar el
And if everyone can
micrófono.
make sure they're on the English channel, please.
He's still on mute.
Pregúntele al oficial, señor, cómo se
Because he needs
puede
Spanish
funcionar.
interpreter, right?
Yes, yes, please. And can you
I guess
please
it's
let
what it
him
is.
know
All right.
how to use the
I'll be right back.
space
All
bar?
right.
All right, has it been switched to?
Señor Solís, I'm sorry.
Sí.
Okay, awesome.
Bridget, can you say something? Hello?
I can't hear you. Are you on English?
I haven't touched anything.
And then mute original audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
All right, before we go on the record, have you all discussed with Norma a trial date?
Yes, we have.
We have,
What
Judge.
date is that?
August 6th.
All right.
Telling me that regardless
We're gonna go on the
of the
record.
witnesses and everybody else that was
Court
there.
is calling 2019 CR 7567, State of Texas versus Santana Solis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Freddie Ramirez for the state.
for the defense?
Bridget Garza for defense.
And are you Mr. Santana Solis?
Sí.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, we have an interpreter here, Norma Nero. Ms. Nero, if you could raise your right hand.
This is the second time.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English, so help you God? Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Ramirez, did you tender an offer to the defense in this case?
I have, Judge, yes.
And Ms. Garza, is your client rejecting that offer?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, are you requesting a jury trial? The plea deadline date in this case has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. Mr. Solis, if you decide to enter into any type of agreement, the court will not accept it. The court will only accept agreements that are open to the court. Do you understand? Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, the court will note that there is not an acknowledgement of discovery in the court's file. Defense, are you able to have an acknowledgement of discovery to the court by July 9th?
I can provide her one, Judge, via Adobe Sign.
Thank you. So acknowledgement of discovery will be July 9th. My understanding, if both parties had a chance to confer on a trial date with the court coordinator, and the agreed date is August 6th for jury trial. Is that correct, State?
Yes.
Is that correct, defense?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, are you in agreement with the jury trial going forward on August 6th?
Sí. Muy de acuerdo.
Then, Mr. Solis, you will be brought to the court on August 6th. You will need to be dressed for trial. Jury selection will take place on August 6th, and then testimony will start on the following day. Defense, if there are any not discovery issues, but any motions that you need heard prior to trial, just contact the court coordinator and we will hear them. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge, I'll go ahead and get her that discovery acknowledgement. I do just want to put on the record that around the last setting, I did personally drop off a duplicate hard copy of everything that's in the state's file to Ms. Garza at her office, but that will be documented in the discovery acknowledgement form.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, with that, we'll close this hearing. And do you need to speak with your client anymore, Ms. Garza?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, if you can, Ms. Nero, if you let him know, I'm going to send him back to a breakout room. I'll send him to breakout room number 2.
Okay, sir.
His attorney will meet him there. And Ms. Garza, when you finish speaking with Mr. Solis, if you'll let us know so we can have him taken back.
Thank you.
All right.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes. Oh, and just one moment. I want to put one last thing on the record. Ms. Garza,
Okay,
your client is a Spanish speaker. Are you able to speak Spanish fluently?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay, I know the answer to this question, but it needs to be on the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Nero, thank you so much for coming. Yes.
And one more.
I'll see y'all, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. And David, Robert Maurer, let me see if David Martin has
He just
finished with
shot
this
me a date,
conversation.
Judge, I responded. So I've got, they're all serious cases. I don't want to pick one day for all three because.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 with Norma Ferguson, the court coordinator. And let me find you on the screen. Norma, if you could go to number 3, please, so that they can confer over trial dates for all of Robert Maurer's cases.
The second person that was working there, she was also working.
All right, could someone get Mr.
She was there
Solis to
registered
breakout room?
before Alice popped up. So.
I'm sorry, Judge. That was my question, if somebody was going to put them in there.
All right, Bridget, can you tell him in Spanish if he sees the 4 little boxes that's, oh, it's in English. Never mind, I'm sorry.
I don't think he'll be able to do it, Judge.
All right.
And it was an old lady and a woman that walked in.
All right, just give us a moment. We'll get him to that room.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. To the clerks, do you have the paperwork on Mary Hernandez?
Mary Hernandez?
Yes. Who did I sent plea paperwork back?
It was on Jessica.
All right. Who is Jessica?
Urbana.
All right. Today is Monday, but it's Thursday, Brenna. All right, Javier, have you done all the paperwork on Mary Hernandez?
I have not gotten anything, Judge.
All right, just give us a moment. Everyone put some patience in your pocket. David Martin is here by himself, and he is multitasking.
Okay.
So,
Judge, I just wanted to state that Marcus and I have conferred on an off-docket matter. We have an agreement, and I just want to let you know, I think that Norma at some point when she has a chance will be putting that in as a motion to modify bond.
is that on Mr.
Roland
Davis?
In the motion, I by error put in the wrong offense. He's actually charged with an ag assault and not with the sex offense. But
All right, as soon as I have that, we'll go forward.
do I need to be present for that, Judge, or?
No, you do not.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I
And-
may be excused then.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, everyone,
Did he
just,
confer with anyone on Montoya?
all right, everyone, just give me a moment. Put some patience in your pocket and know that tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Judge, could you ask Sanchez 16C to go to room 9?
Sanchez, I need you to go to breakout room number 9. If you look at the bottom of your screen, there should be something that says participants, chat, and breakout rooms. Do you see that? All right. Yay, he was able to go. All right, and I'm sorry, Mr. Lindsay, you've been very patient. You have Zachary Lopez.
Yes, Judge, he's present. I've conferred with the state. They've conveyed an offer. I just need to go back into the breakout room with my client to convey that offer to him and see if we can resolve the case today.
All right, thank you. And what breakout room were you in?
I was in 20.
Okay, and has your client, he's in custody?
He's in custody. I see him up there on the bar up top. It's Lopez with a Z.
All right, Mr. Lopez, if you could go to breakout room number 20, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Jessica Aragon. How are
Yes,
you
Judge.
listed on the screen? Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number
Judge,
5.
we've already conferred. I called her on the phone, so we're ready to finish this case up.
All right. She needs to be sworn in. All right. So I'm sending you to number 5. If you'll go there, they will swear you in. All right. Any other attorney back from the breakout room?
Yeah, Brian Kimbrough. I'm back
Yes.
from on Torres. We have an offer. We have two alternatives. My client's on bond. Was wondering if I could get a short reset to confer with him to see what we could do to resolve it.
All right. Just one moment. Norma Ferguson is in a breakout room. Just as soon as she comes back from the breakout room, we will get you a date. What are you thinking of? 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. I need to meet with him and go over the alternatives.
All right. Let me find him on the docket. Bruna, do you see what page Mr. Torres is on?
Page 9.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to recall you back, and we'll recall you back on July the 9th.
Okay.
So, Mr. Torres, you'll need to be back on July 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Kimbrough, if you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm back from the breakout room as well when you have a minute.
All right, just give me a moment.
Thank you.
Judge, we're back. All right. So Robert Maurer,
Yes, I'm here.
okay. On Warren, what is the date?
Zachary Warren, Judge, is 10/14.
All right, and then you have Rothane.
Yes, ma'am. Rothane is 9/29.
And who else do you have?
Andres Adame, that's 8/23. He's in custody. The other two are logged on.
All right, let me grab their files. So Warren, Rothane. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right, we're going to start with Warren. All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 8607, State of Texas versus Zachary Warren. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state? Oh, for the state?
Judge, one second, what type of charge is that?
It's a super ag sexual assault.
We can't hear you. And now
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay.
Yes.
David Martin.
For the defense.
Robert Mauer.
And are you Zachary Warren?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
David?
All right, any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. State, did you tender an offer to defense in this case?
Yes.
All right. Defense, my understanding is that offer is being rejected.
That's correct, Judge.
Mr. Warren, my understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have.
All right, Mr. Warren, your jury trial is set for October 14th. It's the court's understanding that the state and the defense had a chance to confer over the trial date. Is that correct, state?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that correct, defense?
It is.
All right. Are both parties in agreement to have jury trial on October 14th in this cause number?
Yes.
Mr. Warren, do you have any objections to the trial date being October 14th?
I do not, Your Honor.
The court is not in receipt of the acknowledgement of discovery. My understanding, defense, is that you've received all the discovery in this case. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right. State, are you able to get an acknowledgement of discovery to the court by July 23rd?
Yes.
Mr. Warren, your jury trial will be scheduled for October 14th. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after this date. If you decide to enter a plea, the court will only accept a plea that's open to the court. Do you understand?
I do.
You'll need to be in court on October 14th at 9 a.m. It's 300 De La Rosa, the 187th District Court on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Unless there's anything else from either side, the record will be closed. And do you need to speak with your client anymore, Mr. Mauer, or is he excused?
I can talk to him later. He's on bond.
All right, Mr. Warren, you're excused.
Thank you, Your
Call me
Honor.
later, Zach.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Jeremy Rothenay. Jeremy,
Yes, ma'am.
are you listed? Okay. Court is calling 2019 CR 3013, State of Texas versus Jeremy Ray Rothenay. Can I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Robert Mauer, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No.
Mr. Rothenay, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
State, did you tender an offer in this case to the defense?
Yes, we have.
And defense, is the court's understanding is that you're rejecting that offer?
That's correct, Judge.
And Mr. Jeremy Rothenay, are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have.
All right, the court will note that the court does not have a copy of the acknowledgement of discovery. State, are you able to get an acknowledgement of discovery to the court on, I'm sorry, by July 30th?
Yes.
My understanding is that both parties had a chance to confer on a jury trial date, and that date will be September 29th. Is that correct, State?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that correct, defense?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Rothenay, do you have any objection to a jury trial date of September 29th?
No, ma'am.
All right, then jury trial will take place on September 29th. You'll need to be in the 187th District Court at 9 a.m. It's on the 4th floor. It's at 300 De La Rosa. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case beyond today. The court will only accept pleas that are open to the court after this time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else from either party before we close this hearing?
Not from the state.
Not from defense, Judge.
All right, do you still need to speak with your client anymore, Mr. Mauer, or can he be excused?
No, Judge, he can be excused. He can call me later.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Adame, is he in custody?
He is, Judge. Or he has been.
All right, Mr. Adames, if you could unmute yourself, please. Is this your client, Robert Maurer?
It is, it's actually Adame. I'm not sure if that's.
Okay. Are you Andres Adame?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 5634 and 2019 CR 8465, State of Texas versus, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The court is calling 2019 CR 8465, State of Texas versus Andres Adame. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Robert Maurer.
And are you Andres Adame?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No.
State, have you tendered an offer to the defense in this case?
Yes, we have.
Mr. Maurer, it's the court's understanding that that offer is being rejected. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will note that in its file, there is an acknowledgement of discovery that's been signed by both parties, and that was tendered on February 20, 2020. My understanding is that both parties had a chance to confer on a jury trial date, and that jury trial will be set for August 23rd, 2021. Is that correct, State?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that correct, defense?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Adame, do you have any objection to the August 23rd jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
Then your trial will be scheduled for August 23rd. You will be brought to the court room dressed. A jury will be selected on August 23rd and testimony will begin the following day. Defense, state, if there are any motions that the court needs to hear, you need to have those filed before then if you want them heard before trial. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Adame, the court will only accept offers after today that are open to the court. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that L3 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you for your patience.
Y'all have fun.
All right, Charles Bonk.
I'm here.
Yes. Who's your
I
client?
conferred with Mr. Martin.
Yes.
I informed him there were some photographs that apparently have not yet been put on e-discovery. He's going to get those for me. And after I get those, I believe we're going to have a resolution.
All
I
right.
just need to look at those and point some things out. I don't think he has them either. So he needs to get them so I can point some things out to him. I think that's going to lead to a very pleasant resolution.
All right, so is there a time frame when you all know you will have this?
Let's say 30 days at the most.
Okay, what I'll do then is I'll give you a reset for 30 days for discovering
Okay.
after, and that will also be the plea deadline date.
Yes, Judge.
I'll extend your plea deadline date because today was that day.
Thank you,
Norma,
Judge.
you're welcome. Norma, on Quincy Shields,
Yes, ma'am.
can you give them a 30-day reset?
The 29th. What quarter are you in?
All right, so it'll be extended to July 29th, and we'll come back on that date.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, if you have nothing else with this, your excuse is
Oh,
your
wait,
client
I'm
in
sorry.
custody?
Hold on, Judge. I'm out of the office on the 29th. Can we do the week after? Because Kelly and I are both out of the office that week.
All right, can we do the week before?
The 22nd? Sure. Yes.
All right, Norma, can we put this for the 22nd? Is that doable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll see you on July 22nd then. Is your client on bond or in custody?
Judge, he's on bond. He's right here. If you can see in my camera, I just turned the camera toward him.
Oh, no, I just needed to know where
He's
he
on
was.
bond here with me.
All right, then he's excused. See you all on the 22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, may I have a word? Eduardo Jimenez.
Just one moment.
Yes,
Who are
ma'am.
the parties on Jessica Aragon? Jessica
Jerry
Aragon.
Kagan,
Yes,
Jerry
yes, ma'am.
Kagan,
Marcus Sanders.
Okay. Everyone needs to show their video. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 3036, State of Texas versus Jessica Aragon. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Jerry Kagan on behalf of Jessica Aragon.
All right, are you Jessica Aragon?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection.
Everyone, just one moment, please. Ms. Aragon, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you
Yes.
understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Aragon, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're proceeding on count 2, waiving counts 1 and 3.
Any objections?
No objection.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, and for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She most certainly does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes to both.
Ms. Aragon, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,000 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication, restitution to Alfonso Diaz, Myra Aldape, and Eric Alderetti. No contact with Alfonso Diaz, Myra Aldape, and Eric Alderetti. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
I don't think there have been any rulings, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, CATS 1 and 2. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the count 2 and the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
I've reviewed that, Your Honor. We have no objections.
Ms. Aragon, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No.
All right, Ms. Aragon, what's going on in your life?
Right now I am working, trying to be a better person and just trying to get back into my normal life with my family.
Do you have any children?
No, I don't. I haven't been around my family within 5 years, so this has been kind of a blessing to me.
Why is it a blessing not to be around your family in 5 years?
No, it's a blessing to be around with my family again.
So what drugs have you used in the past?
Just marijuana.
If you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And know that you're going to get tested today.
Just clean. I'm just gonna be clean.
When's the last time you used marijuana?
April 3rd.
Okay. I'm gonna get a drug test from you today. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I'm a food production. I basically work in a warehouse where we package fresh produce for HEB and other companies.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 5 years deferred adjudication, proof of employment within 15 days, no employment as a home health care provider or anything that involves supervising minor children, no contact, and restitution to Alfonso Diaz, Myra Aldape, Eric Alderete. And I know I'm mispronouncing that. It's Alderete. There's to be no contact with Jacob DeLeon, Brian Pickney, Pinckaney, Adam Cordova, you to provide a UA today, June 24th, by 3 p.m. Cats 1 and 2, 150 hours of community service restitution, and that will not be allowed to be bought out. She will have to provide that. If she is negative, then it will be regular UAs. If she's positive, it will be the UA hotline. Regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if there's something wrong with your Zoom, you'll need to do it in person. And I'm going to want random field visits 3 times per month. Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, there's $1,000 fine and that'll be probated. Ms. Aragon, do you need anything else from this court in order to be successful on this probation?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you have a chance to review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I call it your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Aragon, how old are you?
I'm 26, Your Honor.
All right. So this is what you need to realize. From here on out, anything that you do, any decision that you make, you need to ask yourself, is this a decision that can result in me going to prison for life? Do you understand?
Completely understood, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room and probation will go over conditions with you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
And Mr. Kagan, you can go to 1 or you can be excused.
Thank you.
Judge, can you also send Mr. Dash in? I noticed that he is on here as well.
All right, Dash is he in? Yes. Mr. Dash, if you go to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
All right, and Javier Padilla, have you received the paperwork on Mary Hernandez?
I have not received anything, Judge. I just checked right now.
All right, just give us a moment. David Martin is here by himself.
Right.
David Martin, could you, if you're available, can you see about paperwork for Mr. Padilla?
Yeah,
On Mary
should be
Hernandez.
sent out.
Okay.
I did a little while ago. It should be.
Okay, it should be there. All right, Jay Norton.
Yes, Judge. I see it, Judge. Thank you. I'll start signing.
Thank you. And do you need a breakout room with your client, Mary Hernandez?
Yes, Judge, please.
All right, let me see what breakout room you were in.
And Judge, I sent you an email.
All right, just give me a moment. So you were in number 11. If you go to number 6, please. And Mary Hernandez, where are you? If you'll go to number 6, please.
Judge, can I have a breakout room with David Martin when you get a chance, please?
Yes. Let me see where David Martin is. David Martin, I'm going to send John Foley to breakout room number 4. He says he needs to speak with you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor,
Sure.
may I also be put in a breakout room to speak with Mr. Martin briefly? This is Christine McDonald.
All right. Just as soon as he speaks to Mr. Foley in breakout room number 4, just remind me and I'll send you to that breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Norma, I sent you a chat.
Okay, Jay Norton, Noah Cruz.
Yes, ma'am. And I was mistaken. It was not CTD, just for the court's knowledge. But I spoke with David Martin. He has conveyed an offer. Our client has apparently not seen any of the discovery. May we have some time to have him review the case as well as talk to him about the offer?
Okay. Norma, on Noah Cruz, can you give them a 30-day reset, please?
Judge, we have the 29th. I heard you mention that earlier. That works for my schedule.
What, July 29th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, is July 29th open? Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, is July 29th okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll see you back on July 29th.
Thank you, Judge. And may Mr. Cruz and I be excused.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. James Seelaw, what is your client's name?
It's Raymond Bird, B-Y-R-D.
Okay. Okay, so County Court number 1 released him with conditions of no possession of firearms and no contact. So I'm going to, why is this out of County Court at law number 1?
Allegedly, it is assault married.
Okay. All right, what I'm going to do, I'll continue him, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the no contact order.
Thank you.
And the no possession of firearms. So just one second. And the problem is, I don't know much about that other case, but I'll add a GPS. And then if there's some issue with the GPS, Mr. Seelaw, you can come back to the court and we can address that.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I have not been in contact with them, but I probably will now.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Mr. Seeloff. Have a great
Thank
rest of
you.
your day.
Stay safe.
All right. Thank you. You too. All right, and then someone was asking me to review some documents on Estrada. I've reviewed those. Who's the attorney on Estrada?
That's me, Your Honor, Dan Rodriguez. We have a motion to revoke today.
Okay. Do you know, has all of the paperwork been signed or?
I don't know, Your Honor. What paperwork would you want?
Well, I
signed?
mean, has she already pled true? Has she not pled true?
I don't think she has pled true or not true yet.
So if there's going to be a plea of true, then I need a defendant's consent to appear by video.
Okay.
And is the request going to be for revocation? Is it not going to be for revocation?
The state will request revocation. I will request a termination.
Okay.
It's a case that's expired.
All right. So then what I'll need is an acknowledgement of discovery. That doesn't mean that I'm going to rule one way or the other, but just in case I rule a certain way, I'll need that.
And you mean the appellate form?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal for both cases. Is my understanding she has 2 cases. So you can put into the chat box that to Norma, and I'll send you to a breakout room with your client for the paperwork.
All right. I'll text Norma right now.
All right. So I'll send you to number 5.
Thank you.
And Miss Estrada, if you can go to 5. All right, Andres Campion.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
My client, Adrian Borrego, evidently was ordered to appear in front of the court, and I'm not sure why. It's my understanding he was on the Zoom. I was stuck in the 144th on a sentence.
Oh, no. If this is the person who was in the gray t-shirt, he had to appear because he was laying in bed.
Okay, I have no idea, Your Honor. I was in the 144th.
No, that's why.
Okay.
Because
does the court wish for me to appear in person?
No, you can appear by Zoom.
Okay, well, I'm here and I'm willing to confer with the state.
Okay, just give us a moment.
Judge, if you could send Jessica Briones to number 4.
All right, Jessica Briones, number 4. And David, Christine McDonald says she needs to speak with you again.
Okay. Yeah,
and then Andres Campion will be after her.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I apologize for Mr. Borrego appearing that way before the court.
No, you know what? Here's my thing. I don't think I accept your apology, but I don't think you're the person who needs to apologize. This is an adult court. Everybody here is an adult, and people need to start being responsible for their own actions. But I appreciate your apology, Andres.
I should have admonished him before he appeared before the court.
Oh, no, Andres, I did.
Thank you, Your
But
Honor.
I appreciate it. All right, so Andres, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 13. That's a lucky breakout room.
Thank you very much.
And then David will meet you there after he finishes speaking with Christine. All right, Joanne Ethel.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state. We still need our trial.
All right, who's the prosecutor on that?
David Martin.
All right, if you'll give a moment, because David Martin, you all can confer on a trial date with Ms. Ferguson, and we'll set it. So as soon as he comes out of the breakout room, I'll send you to a breakout room with the court coordinator.
Thank you.
Okay. Carolyn Whitley.
Hi, Judge. On my case, which is Gary Stephen Hamry, I did confer with Meredith. Meredith is pretty new to this case because before it was handled by Alexandria and then partially by Jordan. So she is kind of getting up to speed. She did inform me that it looked like there was some new discovery that she needed to get over to me that that they received in an email format. And then I think at this point, We are not in we don't have a resolution on the horizon as far as a plea, but I think she needs to review everything. And we have both agreed that we will need a pretrial setting to be able to have the court consider the motion to suppress, because there's going to be some issues with what's going to be admissible, and it has
Okay,
to do
just
with-
a second.
Yeah.
To the clerks, I need the file on Gary Hamry, 2019 CR 6873.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Meredith, what discovery is outstanding?
Your Honor, it's a communication from a witness, a potential witness in the case, and Ms. Wentland says she has not seen anything about it or heard anything about it. So I need to get that over to her.
All right. So is 30 days enough time to have that for her?
Yes.
All right, Norma, on Hamry,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this in 30 days.
July 30th.
All right, we're going to come back on July 30th.
Judge, could I get it set either before July 22nd or after August 15th?
You said before July 22nd?
Yes, yes, before July 22nd or after August 15th it would be great.
Okay.
All right, State, do you think you'll have this by like July 19th, 20th, or 21st?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can we have one of those dates?
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I can do the 21st or the 19th.
The 19th would be great if you could do the 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to come back on July 19th. And if there's any motion that needs to be heard, we're going to do that date then.
Okay, perfect.
And State, do you anticipating having that to her before July 19th? Or no?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the plan. And in terms of the motion, it's an issue of what's admissible on a number of videos that would be played at trial.
Okay. So, I mean, if it's something, whether something is admissible or not admissible, why is there a need to have a hearing beforehand? Because I won't know until I hear the evidence, whether it's relevant or not relevant, whether it's admissible or not admissible. I won't know. I know nothing of this case other than that he's charged with arson.
I think that that's the issue, Judge, that if you have a pretrial hearing, I think it will save a lot of jury trial time, because I think the state needs to look at these videos, because maybe then we can agree. But otherwise, the suppression issues probably should be heard first so that we can redact the videos, because there's a lot of them. Otherwise, it's going to take a bunch of time, I think, if we wait until we actually have a jury.
Well, here's the court's idea. If it's something that clearly should not be admissible, then I'm sure you all will agree to that. If it's something that you don't know if it's going to be admissible or not, because we don't know if it's relevant or whatever, if it's not based on constitutional, if it's based on relevancy, I won't know until I hear the evidence. And if that's going to be the objections, which again, I don't know if those are going to be the objections, then that will be me hearing a full jury trial, making a decision on whether something is relevant or not, and then going to a jury trial and then hearing the same thing again.
It actually will go more to judge just the determination of the custodial interrogation rather than relevance.
Okay. I think that can be carried with trial.
I'm just thinking that there's a lot of videos. So, you know, I mean, and then preparing is different if it comes in versus if it doesn't.
Your Honor, how about this? We'll do our best to try to agree so that it's not voluminous to try to make those redactions if it comes to it.
Okay. All right, then you'll be back on July 19th. I'll see you all then.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. May I be excused with my client, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. And everyone else, we're just waiting for your attorneys. And Joe and Echo, we're waiting for David Martin to come out of the breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, this is Mike Hernandez. I'm out of the breakout room with Marcus and with my client.
Yes. What is happening with Mr. Deary?
Okay, Judge. I spoke to Mr. Deary. He's giving me some information when we discussed any possible defenses. Several things that he said indicate that he's had some mental issues and problems. He refers to medications that he takes, and he's also saying that he's got a history of this. I'm concerned because the way we were talking and the things you were saying, just want to make sure that
Are you requesting a psychological evaluation?
Yes, Judge. I'd like to see if I could file that today, and also file for a bond reduction. Although my concern is there's nobody to sign for him, and I'm sure a monitor will probably be attached to it because of the type of offense.
All right, Norma. Mr. Deary, can you give them a 30-day reset, and can we do a evaluation?
Hold on a bit. An evaluation, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back on July 30th.
Okay, we'll
Thank
come
you.
back on July 30th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
Yes, he's in custody, Your Honor. I spoke with him.
All right,
He
let me
was-
see if he's in the breakout room.
He
Mr.
was
Deary?
there.
Yes, ma'am. Can I speak?
Yes, Mr. Deary. You're muted, Mr. Deary.
The
Okay,
24th.
wait a second, before you speak, Mr. Deary. All right, I want you to take a deep breath. Okay, so, Mr. Deary, before you start talking, there may be some things that your attorney does not want you to say to me. You understand? So, and again, you need to keep your mask up because, yes. So what is it you wish to say?
You said you had I'm supposed to have a bond reduction. You supposed to on the 24th of last month.
No, today you're
my
here.
lawyer. You told
Today
my
you're-
lawyer. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mr. Deary.
You told my lawyer to I asked you for a bond reduction, and you told him to have a bond reduction on your desk or something like that. That you're gonna give it 24 more days for the bond reduction. At least that's what I was looking for. But he coming telling me now about what the DA want to do this time.
No,
6 years, 10 years.
Mr. Deary. I'm not
Yes,
here
ma'am.
to speak about negotiations that your attorney has had with prosecutors. Because here's the thing, negotiations are not admissible. If you're going to tell me about the negotiations you've had, then it's no longer confidential.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
I
I'm
will
sorry.
get to know everything. And
okay.
if I get to know everything, then I could potentially be a witness. So I don't want to know about anything that happened between you and your attorney in the breakout room any discussions you had with your attorney, any discussions your attorney had with the state. You understand?
Well, yes, ma'am. Well, I'd like to put a motion in to dismiss my appointed counsel. And
All
I'll
right.
send you two.
So
I
here's
sent two
the
motions
question,
in.
Mr. Derry.
Yes.
Are you able to afford an attorney?
If I get out of here,
Nope. Where we are right now is you're saying you would like to have another attorney. So that means that you're going to hire an attorney. And if I were to allow Mr. Hernandez to leave or get off your case because you say you're going to hire an attorney, then that attorney would have to address any issues of bond or anything of that nature. Your attorney is Mr. Miguel Hernandez. You understand?
but he's not
If you
helping me.
want another attorney,
This is first time coming to
then
see me in 4
here's the
months.
thing. If you want another attorney, then you will have to hire an attorney. Do you understand?
You're not going to appoint me one.
No, you have an attorney who's been appointed. I'm not in charge of appointing attorneys. What happens is there is what's called a will. Every attorney who's on that will has to have all of the continuing legal education courses, the experience to be able to handle whatever level felony you have. And what ends up happening when someone requests an attorney, it's whoever it comes up next, whatever name comes up next, who meets the qualification to be on that list, that is the attorney that is appointed to you. So Mr. Hernandez is your attorney. If you would like a different attorney, then you will have to hire an attorney.
Can I, did you get my motions? I sent you 2 motions.
Here's the thing, Mr. Derry.
I can't do it like that?
No, you cannot. Because your attorney is representing you, not you. And let me explain something, Mr. Derry. I understand people's frustrations because people are at the Bexar County Jail. They don't want to be at the Bexar County Jail. They want to be out in the free world, right? I think everybody, even people who may have done something horribly, nobody wants to be at the Bexar County Jail. Nobody wants to be in any facility where they are told where they go, what time they can get up, what they can eat. Nobody wants that, right? But
I'm trying to get
that's
out.
where
I'm
you
trying to
are.
find out.
Here's the thing. You are where you are. And I say that to say this. Everyone wants to file their own motions. Everyone thinks for some reason that being an attorney is an easy job. It is not. Everyone thinks they can be an attorney. They cannot. Because if they could be an attorney, you know what? They would have taken the bar and they would be an attorney. Being an attorney is very difficult. Being an attorney requires skill. I know sometimes people don't see that skill because you can't physically reach out and touch it. But let me explain something to everybody who's on this Zoom screen so you can have some patience. If you needed an organ removed from your body, let's just say you need your kidney removed. You do not go to your doctor who's telling you, we're going to have to remove your kidney. You do not go to them and say, well, here's my suggestion on how you should remove that. Instead of going left, I think you should go right. Instead of using this tool, I think you should use that tool. Nobody would tell a doctor that. And nobody should be telling their attorneys, you know, let me do this job. I can do this job. I have the skills for it. Because again, if you did, you would have your bar license because you would have went to law school and you would have taken the bar and you would have passed it and you would be handling your case. So attorneys' jobs are not easy. If we can all communicate with each other and communicate with each other kindly, have some patience. Now, Mr. Deary, do you need to speak to your attorney and speak to him in a kind, understanding voice about what motions you're concerned about and what motions you have filed and maybe what motions you want heard?
Yes,
now, are you able to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I want to do that 4
Here's the
months
thing.
ago.
Here's the thing. Your voice level is here. You need to bring it here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when people communicate, they want to communicate on this level They don't want somebody up here shouting at them. Because when you shout at people, you know what happens? Everybody just closes their ears. They don't want to hear it. So if you want your attorney to hear you, and if you want me to hear you, then everyone needs to treat everyone with respect. Lower your voices. See how the temperature goes down when I lower my voice as opposed to shouting? When you speak softly, people will listen. People will internalize what you're saying, and then you all can communicate better. So what I'm going to do, Mr. Hernandez, if you're okay, Mr.
Yes,
Deary
Your
would like to speak to you about some motions he's filed. All right, Mr. Deary, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Your attorney will meet you in breakout room number 2. And everyone, the court is going to take a break at noon. If your case has not been taken care of, you're going to have to come back at 2. Mr. Padilla, my
ma'am.
understanding with Mary, we have her paperwork,
Yes,
but she needs to be sworn in. And Mr. Deary, if you would go to breakout room number 2, please. Look at the bottom of the boxes. You should see something that says breakout room. If you'll click on that and go to your room, please.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
Judge, I just have a brief announcement.
Sure. Yes.
So I conferred with the state and they.
All right, just one second, Mr. Jimenez. Mary, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Melinda and Lupe, if you could go to number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Do I need to
And
go
then,
to the Judge?
yes,
Okay.
just to make sure they have all your paperwork.
Okay.
And there was someone else who needed a trial date. Who was that?
That was me, Judge Joanne
right.
Akel.
All right, Norma Joanne Eckel, before you step out for a moment, Norma Joanne Eckel, she needs a trial date. So Joanne, if you could go to room number 13.
I will. Thank you, Judge.
And David Martin. Let's see where David is. David Martin, if you could go to 13 as well.
All right.
And Norma, let me send you to 13. Okay. Now, Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Your Honor. I apologize if I interrupted earlier. It's just that, just to announce that my client would like to exercise his right to a trial. He rejected the.
Who's your client?
I'm sorry, it's Roy Ferguson.
Where is Roy Ferguson?
He's actually present in the court, Your Honor, in your court.
All right. So, Mr. Jimenez?
Yes,
Who
Your
is the
Honor.
prosecutor you're conferring with?
Mr. Nisbet, Your Honor.
All right. Tom, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 13, or if you go to 13 with Eduardo so we can get a jury trial date for his client.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, may I make a brief announcement on my cases?
Just give me a moment.
Thank you.
All right. Christine McDonald.
Yes, Judge. For my client, Joseph Sanchez, he is requesting a trial, Judge. I'm going to go to the jail so he can look at a few of the videos. But as of right now, we are requesting a trial setting.
What is your client's name?
Joseph Sanchez Contreras.
All right. Let me see what page he's on. All right, Mr. Contreras, where are you? So Christine, have you received all the discovery?
Your Honor, I asked the state to check on, to make sure I have all the body cams, I believe, in this case.
All right, we're gonna recall this case on July 30th. And then after that date, I will give you your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
Yes, I have one more client, Your Honor.
All right, well, just one moment. Let me find Mr. Contreras. All right, who else do you have?
I have Robert Mefford, Judge, with family violence.
All right, what is happening with Robert Medford?
Judge, we have an agreement on this case for a deferred offer, but my client needs a little time to get re-engaged with the VA, Judge. So if you could reset this for maybe 30 days to allow him to do that, this should be a plea.
Okay, so why do we need him to be re-engaged before we do the plea? What's going on?
Part of the conditions, Judge, are that he continues with counseling through the VA. He was engaged prior to COVID, but he needs to get re-engaged, and I want to make sure that he's able to get in and get that get counseling. I'm not sure how long it's going to take with the VA, Judge.
Okay, let me see what page he is on. All right, we'll recall this for July 30th. Okay,
Approach, Your Honor.
just one moment. Christine, do you have anyone else?
No, Your Honor. May my client and I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. May.
Yes, Your Honor. I visited with Mr. Sanders. He extended an offer of extended to my client. Could we have a plea deadline, Your Honor?
Who's your client?
My client is Patrick Sanchez.
All right, Patrick Sanchez. Is he in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me see where Mr. Sanchez is. All right, Patrick Sanchez. Could you unmute? Let me find you. Brenda, do you see what page, there he is. Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
My understanding from your attorney is you need time to think of the plea offer.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm going to recall your case for July 30th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then, Mr. May, do you have anyone else with us?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then you're excused. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Joanne Eckel.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Porter, you say it's going to be trial?
Yes, Judge.
All right, where's your client?
He should be on the Zoom he was on earlier.
All right, and what jury trial date have you all decided on?
August 23rd, Judge.
And who's the prosecutor?
David Martin.
Judge, when you have a minute, could I have a breakout room with David Martin, please?
Yes, after we finish with this.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I don't see your client. Shamarcus Porter, where are you?
I'm right here, ma'am.
How are you listed?
Um,
Norman, can you let them know 16C can go back?
Your Honor,
Joy tab 2, Judge.
I'm sorry, how's he listed?
Alcatel Joy tab 2.
Okay. All right. Court is calling 2019 CR 9038, State of Texas versus Shamarcus Lynn Porter. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Martin.
For the defense?
Joanne Eckel.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Judge.
All right, it's my understanding, State, you've tendered an offer in this case, is that correct?
Yes.
And Ms. Echo, it's the court's understanding is that offer has been rejected?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Porter, are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
As far as I'm aware, yes, Judge.
All right, the court is not in receipt of a discovery acknowledgement. Defense, I'm sorry, State, are you able to have a discovery acknowledgement to the court by July 30th?
Yes.
All right, my understanding is that both parties had a chance to confer on a jury trial date, and that jury trial date will be August 23rd. Is that correct, State?
Yes.
Defense, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Porter, do you have any objection to an August 23rd trial date?
No, ma'am. Not besides that's being my birthday. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then the jury trial will take place on August 23rd. What will happen is a jury will be selected on that day, and then testimony will begin the following day. Mr. Porter, you'll need to be in the 187 District Court at 9 a.m. on August 23rd. It's the 4th floor of the courthouse. It's 300 Dolorosa.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Not from the state.
Nothing from the defense at this time, Judge.
All right. If there are any motions or anything that needs to be heard, just contact the coordinator and she will set that up. All right. You and your client are excused, Ms. Eckel.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you too. You're welcome. Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, I was in 13, Judge, but there was nobody there.
All right. And you need a jury trial date, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Judge, I was just trying to bring the court's attention. His case is a first setting bond case. So,
Okay.
uh,
Oh, that's not time for trial then.
I think just a regular reset would suffice.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Jimenez, on this case, have you received all the discovery?
Up to this point, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, the court doesn't even have an acknowledgement of discovery. Are there going to be motions filed?
We can do that, yes.
No, I mean, I'm just saying because the court doesn't have any pretrial motions that have been filed. Where's
Yeah.
Mr. Ferguson?
It's just that, it's just my client who was demanding a trial, and I know this is our first setting, and I wouldn't normally do that, but it was if not for his demands. But I think it would be good to give him a little time to think about what's going on here.
Where's Roy Ferguson?
He's in your court, Your Honor.
Mr. Ferguson, if you'll come forward, please.
Yeah.
All right, your case is being recalled for July 30th.
Okay.
And at that time, the court will give you a plea deadline date, and then we will set it for trial. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just remain in the courtroom. We'll give you a reset form.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, can we put it back on the regular docket on the 29th instead of the 30th, please?
Yes. Okay, it'll be July 29th.
Okay,
Yes,
Judge,
sir.
thank you very much. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes. All right, anyone else ready?
Your Honor, Adam LaHood.
Yes.
My client is not here. I think it's safe to say at this point, he's probably not going to be here, and I don't have contact with him.
Who is your client?
Matthew Cole.
Is there a prosecutor available?
I'm here, Judge.
Court is calling 2019 CR 7044A, State of Texas versus Matthew Cole. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Adam LaHood.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:45 a.m. The defendant has not been on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mejia, has there been a Matthew Benjamin Cole in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Sporadic, Judge. I've had difficulty contacting him, Judge. No, the answer is no.
All right, state.
Well, that's for a bond forfeiture and a warrant to be issued.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to have contact with your client and he presents himself to the court will reconsider.
I appreciate it, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. And Brenda, do you see which page Mr. Roy Ferguson is on?
Let me look.
Thank you.
Page 10, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right. Yes.
I'm back, Your Honor. Daniel Rodriguez, I'm back. We've signed the documents on Michelle Estrada.
All right, just give me a moment. Mr.
Okay.
Padilla, do we have all the paperwork on your client? Oh, you're on mute. To the clerks, do we have all the paperwork on Estrada?
Right, Judge. Judge, if I may.
All right, yes, Mr. Padilla, yes.
Yes, I need the consent, the application, and the certification of just Chad Norma to send me that.
Okay. All right, just give us a moment. All right, who are the parties on Miss Estrada?
Hunter was conferring with me.
Hunter Morris, Judge.
Okay, and Norma, I saw your chat and yes, go ahead and do that.
Okay, whenever they call, Judge.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry about that. You said Hunter?
Hunter was, yes.
Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2013 CR 5690W, 2013 CR 6902, State of Texas versus Michelle Estrada. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris.
From the defense, for the defense?
Daniel Rodriguez for Mrs. Estrada.
And are you Miss Michelle Estrada?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Estrada, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
And in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Ms. Estrada, I'm going to ask that you mute yourself when questions are not being asked of you, because I'm getting a lot of conversation on your end. And I know it's not you, but it makes it difficult for me to hear and for the court reporter to hear. All right, Ms. Estrada, in each of these cases, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number 2013 CR 5690W, are you the same Michelle Marie Estrada who was placed on deferred adjudication for burglary of a habitation force on July 16, 2013 for a period of 4 years and extended for a total of 5 months? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the same Michelle Maria Estrada who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2013 CR 6902 for the offense of injury, elderly bodily injury on December 16, 2013 for a period of 4 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on in each motion on the same allegation?
Partially, Judge, but they're listed as different violations.
Okay, then we'll start with 2013 CR 5690W. What allegation are you proceeding on? And if you could read that, please.
The first one is number 5, Judge. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person for the month of November 2017 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True?
Your Honor, before Mrs. Estrada answers that, I do need to put something on the record, and I should have done it before.
Yes.
I was the lead prosecutor in the 187th when she was placed on probation on these cases. I am the person who handled the case as the prosecutor, put her on probation. I've made that known to Ms. Estrada, and wanted to know if Ms. Estrada is wanting to go forward with me as her defense attorney on this case, knowing that I was the prosecutor on this case as well. And would you answer that, Ms. Estrada?
Yes, I do want.
All right, well, before she does that, Ms. Estrada, if you could raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Unmute yourself.
Unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense, you can ask your questions.
Okay, Ms. Estrada, are you aware that I was the prosecutor, the lead prosecutor who put you on probation on this case?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Knowing that, do you still wish to move forward on these hearings with me as your defense attorney?
Yes, I do.
Do you waive any conflict of interest?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and State, do you have any objections to Mr. Dan Rodriguez be representing the defendant in these cause numbers?
No, Judge.
All right, then let's proceed.
Would you like me to reread the violation?
Yes,
Judge?
please. And we're proceeding first on cause number 2013 CR 5690W.
And just for this court's record, this violation is the same in both causes. The violation of condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person for the month of November 2017 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that in both causes? True or not true?
True.
All right, State.
And in 2013 CR 5690W, on or about the 4th day of December 2017 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to complete 200 hours of community service restitution in violation of condition number 20.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And in cause 2013 CR 5690W, on or about the 4th day of December 2017 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to participate with the Department of Assistive Rehabilitation Services, also known as Thurs, for employment training as directed in violation of condition number 33.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
The state would waive and abandon the remaining allegations in 2013 CR 5690W.
Any objections?
No.
All right, and then let's move to cause number 2013 CR 6902.
And as stated, Judge, the violation of condition number 5 is the same. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person for the month of November 2017 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
And in violation of condition number 14, on or about the 4th day of December 2017 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle Marie Estrada, did then and there fail to complete 200 hours of community service restitution in violation of condition number 14.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
The state would waive and abandon the remaining allegations in this case.
Any objections?
No.
All right, Ms. Estrada, did you understand by pleading true to violations 5, 20, and 33 and cause number 2013 CR 5690W, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $2,000, I'm sorry, and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 5, 20, and 33?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find conditions 5, 20, and 33 true. And in cause number 2013 CR 6902, did you understand by pleading true to violations of 5 and 14, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 5 and 14?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find 5 and 14 true. Is there an agreement in either of these cause numbers?
There is not, Judge.
All right, state, what are you requesting in each of the cause numbers?
The state is requesting revocation, adjudication of guilt in 2 years in each cause, Judge, to run concurrently.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're requesting that the motion not be revoked, that the motion be denied, and that Mrs. Estrada's probation on both cases be terminated. This is a case where her probation has been expired now for about over 3 years. So I think the only choices that Your Honor has is revocation with a sentence or termination.
Okay, what has she done? I know what she hasn't done. Has she done anything?
Your Honor, I sent you a form that she has completed intensive outpatient treatment. I sent you that certification on that. And I also have her daughter, Janice Cantu, to testify, as well as the defendant herself would like to testify and explain what has happened in her life since these MTRs were issued.
All right. Are you calling Janice Cantu as a witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, could you please unmute? Could you raise your right hand for me? Yes, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name and spell it for the record, please?
Janice Cantu, Jenise, and Cantu, Cantu.
All right, defense.
Janice, do you know Michelle Estrada?
Yes, sir.
Do you see her on the screen?
I did when she was talking. I'm on my phone,
Okay.
so it's kind of
Okay.
hard.
When you saw her on the screen, could you tell the court what she was wearing?
Like a blue jumpsuit. She has a mask, her glasses on, and her hair is like black.
Okay. May the record reflect she's identified Mrs. Estrada. And how do you know Mrs. Estrada?
She's my mother.
Okay. Now, are you aware that your mother was placed on 2 probations for 2 felony charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And both of those felony charges were very serious in nature. One was an injury to an elderly person, and one was a burglary of a habitation. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the probation was for a period of 4 years. Were you aware that throughout that period of probation, she was brought to court several different times for violating her probation on several different occasions?
During that time, I
Yes.
was not aware of that,
You were
but
not
now
aware.
I
Okay.
am.
Okay. So now you're aware that this isn't the first time that she's been alleged to have violated her probation.
Now I am. Yes, sir.
Okay. And this last probation violation occurred in 2017. Were you aware of that?
Now I am, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And from 2017 until she was arrested in 2021, she was not, I guess, participating with the probation department. Were you aware of that?
Yes, sir. Now I am.
Okay. In other words, she was a fugitive for several years.
Okay.
Yes. During those years, did anything occur with her that basically changed the course of her life?
Yes, during those years, well, so she had a stroke in early 2000, and it called for her to be in ICU for about a week and a half. I was the one that had to make all the decisions medically wise. I went in, they showed me that she was completely paralyzed on the right side. They told me she was going to be bedbound, need feeding tubes. And my best bet, because her quality of life wouldn't be great, was to send her home on hospice and just let her live whatever she has peacefully. I fought for that because every time I went into the room and I spoke, she made some kind of movement with her left side or some kind of noise, knowing it, letting me know that she knew I was there.
Okay. You said this is early 2000 and what?
This was so she had her stroke August 18th of last year.
2020.
Yes, sir.
So about a year ago.
Yes,
besides besides the stroke, what other health conditions does she have?
She has cirrhosis of the liver. She has endocarditis. And both of those have been proven that endocarditis needs open heart surgery to replace that valve so that the infection doesn't get into her bloodstream anymore if they can get the infection fully out. They told me about if I don't fix that, she's got about 2 years maybe of a lifespan. If I do with the cirrhosis of the liver and it doesn't get reinfected, I am looking at 4 years possibly with her still around.
Okay. So she needs surgery for cirrhosis of the liver as well?
Yes, they were going to do some testing to see how bad the cirrhosis of the liver is, to see if there was a possibility that we could take out half of her liver and kind of prolong it. We were in the process of that before, like she had a follow-up appointment a week, like she got arrested and the next week was going to be her follow-up appointment for blood tests. They were getting ready to do CAT scans and MRIs, do brain images, because she did have a whole bunch of brain hemorrhages in her brain at the time she was in the hospital.
Okay. So if she is sentenced to prison and has to stay in prison, you said her life expectancy is like 2 years or less?
I would say yes, sir. Just with everything that has happened and been told to me, I mean, her brain can't tell her to like hold her pee no more. She wears diapers on a 24/7 basis. Her room here at my house has a bedside pan. She has her walker, her wheelchair, because she is still pretty weak on that. Even though she has proven to be unable to move, she is really weak on her whole right side.
Okay. Now, do you know that your mother was a drug user?
I did. Since I was 15 years old, she had started when I was 15, and she just recently got clean in lights of these medical issues that she went through. And for that time frame, our relationship had been very strained, and I refused to entertain that lifestyle she had chose.
Okay. So after the stroke and the heart infection and the cirrhosis of the liver, your mother has gotten herself clean?
Yes, sir.
And she has stayed off drugs. How long has she stayed off drugs?
It's been since she entered that hospital on the 18th of August 18th.
Okay.
Since
So
then.
Close to a year now.
Yes, sir.
And I guess the drugs have I guess shortened her lifespan. Was that what you would say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If she's sentenced to the minimum of 2 years, do you have any hopes or do you have any fears that if she's sentenced to a minimum of 2 years that she would possibly perish and die in prison?
That is my fear. With the whole COVID thing and the not knowing if she's going to get the proper medical attention that I can try to get her out here really does scare me. I have a chance to have some time with my mom after losing 14 years of her life, like losing a relationship. I'm sorry, I'm getting losing a relationship to be able to bond her knowing my daughter. That was really, you know, I thank God that I got this chance, even though it was it's in this incident. I do really fear that I won't have her longer than what she's expected if she's in there, the medical attention, the things that she needs, and so forth.
Okay. Does she have any grandchildren?
She does. She's actually got 3 grandchildren. She doesn't see 2 of them. My daughter is the main one that she does get to see now, because of the issue that I've had to take her into my home and take care of her now because of these issues.
Okay.
So she spends a lot of time with them.
So are you asking this judge to please not sentence your mother to prison and let her live out what little life she has left with you?
I am asking that very graciously.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass the witness.
All right, any questions from the state?
Just a few, Judge. Hey, Janice, how are you doing? I'm Hunter.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So we've got these 2 cases here. Sorry, I'm trying to close my door.
No, you're fine. Yes, sir.
When Mr. Rodriguez was talking to you, did you say that you weren't aware of the motion to revoke until recently? Is that right?
Until recently, yes. With all of this stuff going on, it has came up. I did know she was on probation, and I assumed, like I said in the beginning, like me and my mother's relationship has been on and off because of her use and the way that she chose to do things. So there's certain things of her life that I just kind of said, you that's your responsibility. I don't want to know about, at that time.
Okay. When did you, I guess, get involved in your mother's life again?
Fully?
Yes.
Like on her, like here on all the time was after her stroke, when I had to go to the hospital and fully make like decisions for her. Then I had to get involved in every aspect of her life.
Okay, so last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with these 2 cases at all? Have you become familiar since this all came up?
I'm a little bit, not.
Okay. Well, long story short, one charge is injury to elderly, and another charge is burglary of a habitation by force.
Okay.
What we consider victim cases. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Since you've become aware of this case, were you aware that this is not her first time to have a motion to revoke in this case?
No, like I didn't know that there was multiple. I thought that this was the first like revocation that she had after coming across it. I didn't. This is like, go ahead.
Would it surprise you to know that this is actually her third separate motion to revoke?
And I understand that, I do, but my mother's life has been shortened, and she has learned, and in those time frames, I do believe that the drug that she was on took over her brain and the lifestyle she was living, and she's not that person no more.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
Not for this witness, Your Honor.
Any further witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Estrada would like to address the court.
All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand, defense.
Okay, Mrs. Estrada, I'm sure the court wants to hear from you as to why did you violate your probations, and why were you, I guess, away from everybody for about 3 years after that?
I panicked. It was bad choices that I made. When I was on probation, I called to reschedule. I left a message. Probation officer never called back. Waited for her to call back. Didn't happen. So I just went in panic mode.
Okay. Okay. Since 2017, is it true that you did have a stroke?
Yes, sir. I did.
Has it been debilitating for you as far as limiting your physical movements and also your ability to control your own bodily functions?
It's been awful.
Okay. And as you're sitting in jail there with the other inmates, you have special medical needs. Is that?
Yes.
Okay. And one of those is you have to, I guess you're incontinent. You have to wear
I have to wear
adult
adult
diapers.
diapers. Yes.
And you also have cirrhosis of the liver.
Yes, sir.
And was that brought on by drug use?
My whole condition was brought up on my choices of drug. Yes.
And what was that choice of drug?
Heroin.
Okay. So the heroin has caused a stroke, has caused a heart infection, and has
My
caused
liver.
cirrhosis of the liver. Okay.
Yes. Along with my brain hemorrhages.
Okay. And what is your prognosis if you don't get out of jail and don't get the operations that you need?
I'm not gonna live. I'm not gonna live to see my granddaughter. I spend time with my daughter, with my family.
How much longer do you have on this earth if you can't get out of jail and can't get out of prison?
A year, less than a year.
Okay. And even if things go well and you are able to get the operations, you have how much longer on this earth to be with your family?
If I'm able to get the operation, my daughter told me 4 years.
4 years. Okay. And what would you like the judge to do with your case? I mean, you understand she has two choices here. One is to send you to prison, or one is to terminate your probation. What are you asking this judge for?
I want to spend time with my family to allow me to spend the last breaths that I have with my family. I know the choices I made were wrong, and I'm deeply sorry.
And you understand that this judge has the authority to do one of those, one or the other, correct? And you're a person who's coming to court now on her third trip on a motion to revoke probation. You understand that?
I understand it, yes.
And you understand that what you're asking the judge for is a big thing. You're asking her to show you extreme mercy in your circumstance.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
All right, any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, are there any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court is ready to make its ruling. In cause number 2013 CR 6902, the court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. And in cause number 2013 CR 5690W, the court will find you guilty, revoke your supervision, and sentence you to 2 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. And each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you have a chance to review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign them both? I'm sorry?
Yes.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. All right, here's the thing, Ms. Estrada. We are here hearing this because of actions you took. There are many people who regret what they have done, but you were on deferred adjudication for injury to an elderly, a burglary of a habitation, and you did not do what you were supposed to do. So the fact that there were 3 times that a motion to revoke was filed against you, the first time you were continued, you should have saw the light and did what you were supposed to do.
Your Honor, I think she needs medical attention. She has a heart condition and high blood pressure. She's under a lot of stress. I think she needs attention.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that L24 can go back, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Shepherd. Mr. Shepherd.
I had another case, Your Honor. Do you mind
All
if we
right,
can
just-
take that? Okay.
Just one moment. Mr. Shepherd, your attorney is in a jury trial. We're going to bring you back on July 8th. Norma, can you let them know that 14M can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Ruben Garcia,
Yes, ma'am.
your attorney's in a jury trial. We're going to bring you back on July 8th. Norma, can you let them know that 14O can go back? All right, John Foley, what is happening with Miss Briones?
Judge, it looks like we're gonna need a trial.
All right, Mr. Foley, I'm gonna have you come back at 2 p.m. and we can discuss the trial date.
You're gonna have us come back, is that what you said, Judge?
Yes, at 2 p.m. and we'll discuss a trial date so that you and the state can confer. It's 12:16. The court reporter needs a break. So Ms. Briones, this link will still be open. If you could come back at 2 p.m., please. And let me find you on the docket sheet. Okay, and then Alonzo Brown. Your
May I be
attorney,
excused, Your Honor?
yes, you may be excused, and the same link will be open.
Thank you.
All right, Alonzo Brown, your attorney is in jury trial. We will bring you back on July 8th. So you're excused. Everyone, just give me a moment. Okay, let me see who else is on this board. Do we have all the paperwork for Mary Hernandez?
No, Judge, not yet.
What paperwork are we waiting on?
The consent to plea application, certificate of appeal.
All right,
Judge, I just signed that and sent it all back.
all right, it's with your client then.
Right.
And Judge, can you put Zachary Lopez in a breakout room with me? I think I'm a number one.
Zachary Lopez, which courtroom are you in?
Judge, he's in breakout room 20. I was reviewing the paperwork with him.
All right, I'm moving to number one. And Mr. Padilla, I'm sending you to breakout room number one.
Thank you.
And whatever paperwork needs to be done, that needs to be done. Brenda, you can go ahead and take your break for the day.
Okay, Judge.
And we'll be back at 2.
Okay.
All right. Miguel Hernandez, did you finish speaking with Mr. Deary?
Yes, Judge, I did. And I'm going to follow those motions, I believe, today or tomorrow at the latest. And they're just discovery and he claims he wants a bond reduction and suppression motion. I'll have those done.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that 17C can go back? That's Mr. Deary.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Daniel Rodriguez on Acosta.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Tom on this many times. We cannot reach an agreement on this case or on his cases.
Okay, just one second. Let me see something. All right, I'll need you to come back at 2 and we'll discuss the trial date.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andres Campion.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I believe my client should have been in the courtroom. I didn't get any verification whether or not he made it in.
Yes, your client is not here. We'll come back at 2 and you can come back by Zoom. But your
Okay,
client
I'll-
needs to be in the courtroom.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Cornelius Cox.
Yes, Your Honor. I already conferred with Marcus on Imari Freeman. I'm going to ask for reset on that one. And on Ernest Teeler, he's family violence judge, and I confer with Martin. So we just need a trial date on that one.
All right, on Friedman. Norma, on Friedman, they're gonna come back in 30 days. What date should I give them?
The 29th.
All right, on Amari Friedman, you can let them know that he can go back.
Thank you.
So we'll come back on the 29th for Freeman. That'll be a regular reset. And your other matter, that's going to be a jury trial. I'll need you to come back at 2 and we can go over that at that time.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. Lupe, are you giving somebody out my email address?
Your Honor.
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, we're coming back at 2. Jonathan Watkins, do you have anything that does not require the court reporter?
No, I think we might. I conferred with David, Judge, but I think we're going to probably just need it to be heard.
All right, is it going to be for a jury trial? What are you being heard on?
Oh, it's just a motion to set bond. My client Michael Moreno had been remanded without a bond, Judge.
Okay, if you could come back at 2, please.
Yes, ma'am, I will, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, may I approach when you get a chance? This is Bill Davidson.
Yes. Yes.
Your Honor, I apologize. I've been in some other Zooms taking pleas.
No problem.
My client here is Kevin Veals. He's been online all morning. He tells me he's got a job interview at 2:30. This is on an arson case, and I'm attempting to try to see what I can work out with the DA. And once there's a plea forthcoming, I can present it to my client and he can take it or refuse it. That's where we are in this right now.
All right, Norma, on Veals, because this is the first setting, can you recall this on the 29th?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you on July 29th.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse.
He cannot
Yes.
leave until he gets a reset from the court.
No, if your client is in the courtroom, you need to get a reset while you're in the courtroom, Mr. Veals.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want one.
All right, everyone else, we'll need to have you back here at 2.
Your Honor, I have a
Yes.
question. Okay, I have a doctor's appointment at 2:30, but I haven't spoken to my lawyer, Cleophas Marshall.
All right, here's the thing. Between now and then, you need to call him and get in touch with him.
I haven't in months though, so I don't know how to contact him.
Let me give you the phone number.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna wait like 10 minutes.
Mom, give me a
phone number
pen.
listed. Okay, you all need to be quiet. The phone number listed is 444-2536. All right, everyone. See you back at 2 p.m.
Thank you.
The court is going on its break. And Mr. Davidson, your client has been given a reset form.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes.